Alright, ladies and germs, we are back. So, unfortunately, I regret to admit to all of you right now that we will not be visiting this exo world right now. And the main reasoning being is because I had completely forgotten about the reason why I had made Forge-a-Lot a character in the fucking first place. So, to give you full explanation here, the reasoning why I would want to go to an exo world in the first place is to go there and gather up a liquid that you use that gets turned into a mulcher. It's the only way that you can obtain these, and there are a number of other materials that you can get purely off of exo worlds. Why is this an issue, though, necessarily? Well, I need a very specific tool with the fluid breaker affix on it in order to be able to gather the things that I need. And that's the only reasoning why this is... Why is that not the right block? Whatever. But that's why this is an issue. I need a fluid breaker tool to do it. And in order to get a fluid breaker tool, the easiest way to do it would be to forge it myself. I can't do that unless I have a character with forging capabilities to do so. However, luckily, we might actually be able to bypass a lot of our level ups here. Alright, not nearly as many as I thought that would have been. Alright, no matter. Still, level 10... from about level 5 or 6, I believe, we started out today from everything that we had built, which is a mild insanity, if I'm going to be honest with you. So, we need to take a look at what our skills look like right now, because there might actually be a couple of epics that I can utilize that involve the Centriforge. So, we're getting there, but we're not quite where we need to be for this character right now, because I still need to max out his stats and preferably get his all stats skill up to level 5 before I officially get him into the Centriforge. But we might as well try and see if we can get a fluid breaker affix. I've never used the Centriforge really, so it's incredibly daunting and confusing as hell to me. So I'm going to look up a Centriforge guide, and in the meantime I will be right back. Alright, never mind, ladies and gentlemen. I won't even be doing that because of the main issue of... I have no permissions in this beacon. So I can't even use Chris's Centriforge. So I need to get in touch with Chris before I wind up doing the next episode. So what are we going to wind up doing now is the question. Well, I might as well show you guys the exploration part of things and get over to actually getting a little bit of experience and doing a bit of a mining portion here. So... we're going to do that. I'm going to pull everything from my intelligence, and we're just going to throw it into my fucking agility for now. So I start running like a madman. And then when we actually start mining, I will go ahead and I can't access anything that's in here. I know this already. And then when we actually start mining, what I'm going to do is use, put some points into luck. That's what I'm trying to say. Because luck actually does make a difference on the yield of shit that you get. You get a lot more things when you have luck. Hence the reasoning why me and Chris usually will have the person who has the highest amount of luck mine up the gems while the other person is just ripping through the walls. You know what? A silver swift hammer will be fine. That should be sufficient. Worst comes to worst, I'll just buy tools with them. Man, this cookie cutter shit for transferring items between my characters is getting a little bit ridiculous. I need to actually get in touch with Chris and fix this permissions issue that we have going on here. So let's just toss fucking everything that we don't need here. I probably should have also grabbed a better sling bow, but... as we all know, I'm not very intelligent that way, so... that didn't happen. Okay, so here we are at the Aquatopian Embassy, just as beautiful as the day that I had first seen it. It has gone through some heavy renovations since the last time that I have been here, and everything is now much more easily accessible underground. But we need to also buy a few tools. Luckily, there is a shop here that'll provide exactly that at some modest prices. So we're going to go with that. I don't need stone, copper. Iron is fine. Iron should work. There are not very many iron tools, though, sadly. Let me see gold. That is a heavy sling bow. Fuck it, it hits harder, right? Yeah. So we'll get a golden sling bow, so I have some fucking defensive measures here. Do these actually do anything special? Not really. And then beyond that, I don't really care about... Well, I probably should care about the shovel, actually. I'll also have to, like, prepare some more tools for my character in the future as well. But that should about do it. Silver and gold are basically equivalent anyway, so we're not going to be going anywhere, like, super fancy yet. So these should be more than sufficient tools for the job, and I have more than enough fucking HP to deal with it. So, hey look, a human! Told you this game isn't deserted, people. Look, a human! Yeah, there you go. Dead game ain't dead. Doesn't really prove my point when there's a singular person that I've bumped into across, like, all of my recording sessions, though. That disappoints me so badly that we can't go to you. I mean, I probably could still go there and we can see what happens, but we're not going to. So we're gonna go to a tier 3 metal planet. This is a coal world. We could use coal too, but I want to go with metal. Yeah, Boundless. There we go. Do I actually have environmental protection that I need for it, though? I think 3 is, like, just at the point where you don't need it. Yeah. Alright, we're in a good spot, then. There are 2 exo worlds here. Holy bollocks. There are so many fucking exo worlds, dude. Alright. I don't remember seeing all of these exo worlds in the past, so... Forgive me if I seem a little, like, wowed over nothing. But we also need to go, like, underground as well if we're going to wind up, like, you know, mining. So, let me get on that. I probably should also get some food, huh? Yeah, let me do that. I should probably start there. So alternatively, guys, when I was going through Aquarius Network there to find out the planets that I wanted to go to, that's my usual primary plan for... Do I want to mark where the original... Yeah. Yeah, I do, actually. There is an alternative for getting out of here if you would like, which is very plain and simply put... you can go to Portal Seekers. And let me actually go back through the Ultimate Guild HQ. And I'll demonstrate what I mean. So, there are these that show all the different areas that you can go to in each server. All the different planets, right? But if you go back towards where we just entered here, on the wall there is a Portal Seekers. This will tier everything in the tiers of their actual difficulties. So... This doesn't give a flying rat's ass about the worlds themselves necessarily, like they're the servers that they belong to is what I'm trying to say. This is instead just tier 3 planets and tier 2s and all this other stuff, and then you just go on to the next tier and further, and that's how you go from point A to point B if you were to do it that way. So that is an alternative that you can do. Yeah, there are plenty of people that are on right now. I don't know where these people were before, but dear God, they weren't, They're going into the planet that I was going to. Yay! They must be going somewhere. They must all be playing together. So, I'm gonna go and set... beacons. Not beacons. Locations. Current location. Add to locations list. We'll call it Boundless Hub. And there we go. Now we can walk away from it. Go to Places, Locations, Boundless Hub, and set as destination. Now I can always see where it is. Now we need to find some trees. And we are nowhere near, it seems at least. Oh, wow, there's like We'll head over here. These look like actual trees. Good. Yep. That's like creepy as hell looking Fanata right there. Damn. Ooh, another exo world. I think it's the same exo world, it's just moved. I was gonna say, you follow me, homie, you die. I don't have an axe, fuck. Well, alright. Guess we do the old-fashioned way. I didn't even think about an axe. You know what, I was gonna run away from you, but do you want some? You want some, don't you? You want some duck. Sir, do you want some duck? I fucking annihilated him. He had no idea what to do. Ooh, this music, dude. Ooh. I'm gonna tone this up to 100% volume. This is, like, fucking great sounding, man. Whoever worked on the soundtrack for this game, bravo. Let's go ahead and do, like, a fucking dramatic edit while I was doing all of that earlier. Just to remind myself in post here. I'm also going to pick a fight with these guys. I shouldn't, but I'm going to. And the reason why I'm picking a fight is because the meat is just an easier thing to make food out of, really. Also, it's free XP, so that'll level us up fast, too. Killing monsters definitely gives you a fucking good chunk of XP. Like, it didn't take very long for Tankenstein to be about ready to hit level 20 and have to freeze his skills permanently. He's not level 20 yet, but that's because I keep, like, holding out as long as humanly possible. Also, Jesus Christ, how did I only get 1 meat out of that? So after I have spent most of the fucking episode hunting for food now, so that we can actually get underground, shall we do the underground portion? Christ almighty. Because I think we actually are good now. Wait a minute, that was a hopper. Where was that hopper? Boom, bitch. They give you volatile blood, though, and that's kind of important. So, I don't really... In my experience in the game, at least, the planets that I usually visit, I don't ever bump into enough hoppers. So, every time that I see them, I do annihilate them. I think it's volatile blood they give you, right? It's one of those 3 blood types. It's easier, or they only drop from a certain particular mob, so... Yeah, that's why I care. I also need to, like, cook that meat if I want to fucking, like, get anything out of it. Which involves a furnace, and I didn't think that went through. So, yeah, let me grab some trunks. And now we're gonna go underground officially. I swear to God, this is actually us going underground now. I promise. Is this rock? Nope. Actually, we're just gonna fall into this hole. This is gonna be the weirdest underground portion that I have ever had, though, in this game, because it's fucking green. Why is it green? I also should have got more than 1 hammer, but it's whatever. This is for the greater good, right? Like, I get a bunch of good things out of this, yes? So, let's not complain. Let's not bite the gift horse's tongue, shall we? I've been doing nothing but fucking up that saying intentionally lately, and every time that it comes out of my mouth, I say it in a different way, and I'm surprised that I am that witty. It's not super witty, don't get me wrong. There's a reason why I'm not a fucking comedian, but for the things that I come up with regularly, I'm just very shocked that I was even able to right off of the fly say that. And my phone is now going to not shut the fuck up, apparently. Ooh, these are actually pretty rare to find, to be honest with you. They're actually kind of a pain in the ass to find when you need them. So the good news for us is we're already in a cave. So we don't need to, like, dig further down to really get anything, because everything that we need will really be right here. Why did I make 2 crafting tables? I can't make the crafting table right now anyway, because I don't have a fucking beacon down, duh. Note to self, I need to stop bringing this stupid red fucking cube of light everywhere with me. I know that, like, here's the thing. Lighting, unlike Minecraft, I don't know if they've done it recently, but, I know that in Minecraft you could never just, like, hold a torch and it would illuminate the area around you. The engine always had, like, issues doing that and not killing your fucking frame rate either, even on a good PC. So, like, it just was kind of an unheard of thing in Minecraft, but, like, in this game you have those gleam blocks that you can do it with. The problem is, it also is the color of the light that you have, so if you pick a really fucking pain in the ass to see color like I did, which is red, a very low intensity color by default, typically, then it's kind of fucking hard to see. So, yeah, that's exactly what I did, and I really shouldn't have, but no matter. Also, this is a really cool color of, furnace, if I'm being honest with you. I kind of like that. So now we gotta throw shit in there, which it's just gonna wind up being coal. And why did I want to make a furnace again? Because I wanted to cook meat. Yes, that's why. Silk mustard brick. Well, we'll put that in there, and then we're going to have to wait until we find some coals. So, let's go on an adventure, ladies and gentlemen. First, I'm grabbing these, though. Alright, there we go. My attention deficit has now been appropriately attended to. And by attention deficit, of course, I mean attention... Sorry, I fucked that one up. And by attention deficit, of course, I mean ADOS, not attention deficit disorder. There is a difference to be noted here. Since ADOS simply stands for Attention Deficit Ooh Shiny. So, I feel like that's a lot more fitting for me. I don't know if that's just tech fragments. It is. I'm also going to hit... This is a stone, right? Good. Yes, it is. I have never fucked with combustion particles before. I really should Google what they're for. Or better yet, you know, we have that thing that tells us everything about everything in the game and recipes that they're used for. I can also just use that. I'm not in a coal world, and I'm looking for coal in here. You know, I hope we find coal. Because I just thought about that. I don't even know if that's a thing that actually can happen when you're in a metal world, if you actually find coal or not. Yeah, you can. Alright, good. 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 Well... I don't see anything better than that, so I guess we move on with this, then. That was a really small fucking coal vein, but again, we're not on a coal planet. See, this is the problem when I don't already have my, like, resource stashes already kind of built up a little bit before I go into these runs. I mean, I can transfer more things to Forge a lot really fucking easily, but, like... Why, man? Like, I can just have been prepared before I went into here. So, let's head back up. You need to go... We need to go up. Like, up. I think it's there, actually. So, yes, it is there, 100%. There we go. See, I know what I'm doing, guys. I promise. I don't know 100% how much that's going to really need for everything, but we'll find out. Might as well just continue mining, huh? Do we really need copper, though, is the question? Because I'm willing to bet no, not so much. Iron is always something that I need. Actually, no, we do kind of need a little bit more copper than iron right now, so I guess we're going for the copper. Boulder stacks are always a thing that you want to take down, by the way, these little boulder things, because they drop those materials that I can't see in my inventory anymore. Yeah, those things. These right here, fragments. Not only fragments, but I think they also, these ones, never mind, those are the wrong things. These drop flints and stuff. And mineral stacks, you'll wish you have plenty of minerals later on down the line. So just, if you're ever underground and you see little fucking rock outcrops, stalactites, stalagmites, whatever the case is, just fucking break them is all I'm saying. Include it in your mining run. And be smart. Don't do what I did. Don't go to a store and buy one singular hammer and think that you're good. That never works. It just never works in these kind of games. If you want to get the most out of being underground and grabbing a shitload of fucking materials when you find a cave like this, because this really should be your goal, when you go underground, find a goddamn cave. This is Minecraft 101. Bring a full stack of hammers, like what I have with this totem stack going on right here, like a fucking full stack of 9 hammers. If you can't build 9 copper hammers, just wait. Or just go with like 4 or 5. I mean, you really don't need the full 9, but like, the point of the matter is the longer time that you can just spend underground with your attention undivided and just grab all of the shit that you need rather than having to turn around at last minute, the better. You obviously get more done. And I am really terrible at doing that and getting the best out of my time for things. So I wind up running down, going underground, mining for 5 fucking minutes, and then realizing that I don't have food. And it's terrible. Just don't do what I'm doing. Don't be a scatterbrain. It will pay so much more by not doing what I do. I know that I'm trying to fucking, like, show you guys how to do things, but, like, the point of the matter that I'm saying here is I'm terrible for giving advice. So this is just to show you guys what it looks like when you are out there doing the thing. But I'm also trying to teach you guys to be better than me. And ultimately, that should be the goal, right? Isn't that always the goal of teaching? You want your students to succeed you, to do better than you did. And then their students will eventually be better than how they did. And it leads to ultimate growth. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. We're also going to collect all of this nonsense. There we go. So I think I have more fucking skill points now too, right? Yeah, cool, we do. So let's put that into power so that we do even more damage. Instead of this, since I don't need the forging epic anymore, I might as well do the damage epic. Where is the damage epic? No, it's here somewhere. That's a health regen epic, gathering epic, jump distance epic. I should also do a durability epic though, but I think there's just more epics that are beyond level 12 that I'll start seeing later on, which is why I'm not seeing them. I might be dead wrong about that, but I feel like there's another set of epics that are more attuned to fighting. So that might be why. We're just gonna do the hammer epic until then. Because I know for a fact that damage epic exists. And the reason why I know for a fact that epic exists is because Ludi McSteels has that. And she is basically my gardener right now. That's really what she is. She's a glorified gardener. But she's meant to be like a gatherer that's not mining. I might do just a whole entire separate page for her for mining, or turn my dude who fucking kills everything, the hunter, into my mining character, but I haven't decided yet how I want to go about that. But one thing is for certain is we definitely have all of our stuff that we were waiting on before done. So let's go and grab it. There we go. We have food now. Perfect! And we're gonna throw some stuff inside of here for now. Now, if I can't bring it back with me, then we're kind of fucked anyway. So maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, fuck it. So we might as well just get a little bit more XP out of this, and then we'll just call it a run, I suppose. So yeah, this is way faster to mine. It fucking eats my stamina alive, though. But on a secondary note, guys, if you're ever going through this and you're like a little later in the game, you've gathered a pretty good amount of materials. You don't even need a good amount of materials for it either, but like, understand that there are foods that increase, like, your max stamina or give you stamina regen that you can use for mining underground. Or if you would rather just have a durability reduction, then you can do that as well, and then bring, like, a diamond tool or something, and then it'll never fucking break. Like, there's a lot of ways that you can go about being more efficient, especially with food. I'm just not prepared for it, and this is a lot of the reasoning why I'm trying to get back into the game, honestly, is so that I can build my resources so I can make Ludi the character that makes, like, all the food and stuff for characters, and just keep these items stashed and feel like I can use them liberally and not have to worry. I have a big OCD issue with, like, using items in this game for some reason, and I know that I'm not alone here, so I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a unique special snowflake, but, like, I don't like using things unless I have way too many of it. So I wind up stashing... Sorry, the piano freaked me out there. So I wind up stashing like a million of everything before I ever actually use it, or I never use it. So basically, that's the problem. Like, I wind up having so many of something that I'm like, wow, this could have been so useful if I had used it before that I could have saved time doing other things. Or I just never use it because I never feel like I have enough. And it's a serious problem. If I could ever suggest anybody, I'm trying to break the habit, but, like, just use it if you think that it's something that's going to be useful. That's really all that I need to say there. Like, try not to... Escape from Tarkov kind of broke that out of me a little bit with holding on to things for fucking ever and never using them. It's a little thing called gear fear. You gotta shake that in that game. I need to stop digging lower and lower, to be honest with you. Also, this is... oh, dark green, but we're gonna... yeah. Give. That's just soft coal. We're not gonna go any deeper either, and I'm hearing that cuddle trunk, and I want nothing to do with his stupid face. So we're gonna leave him alone. That is silver. I'm gonna take that. I wasn't expecting to bump into that. Cool. Hey, I'll take it, man. Precious materials are always a thing that I am willing to take. So let's see how much of the shit that I can actually take back with me. Because I made the mistake of, making too many things and having too many things on me. I really don't need the fossils, but I should just at least see if I can grind them down first. Oh, man. I hate doing this kind of inventory management here. There, you know what? Prime me. Goodbye. I have a hunter for a reason. He can grab these things for me very easily in the future. So... we're gonna do that. Definitely not dropping the fucking Ortstone. That alone actually is at least 100 gold coins anyway, which is pretty fucking expensive for a singular item in my inventory, just for something I scrapped up off of the ground while walking by. And the warp conduits, fuck it. There we go. Now let's get the hell out of here. And this is why you always make sure, and this is the other thing that you can do too. If you're ever underground, I know that I said just hit these boulder towers whenever that you can, but, like, it's easier to farm them topside. It really is. You just go to fucking Boundless, smack the shit out of them on the top side. Find a planet where there's, like, a ton of these things that just spawn in an open field like that, and it's much easier, but all I'm saying is it just takes, like, 2 quick smacks as you're running by it, you know? You might as well fucking just amass a large number of fucking things. Like, why the hell wouldn't you? But then again, it also stops you from being focused on a specific material type, and then you get a full inventory, and... yeah, maybe you should just not listen to me altogether, so... yeah, we're gonna go with that one. Just don't even listen to me. This is really cool looking, and I somehow never have seen this Like how there's like a fucking rushing waterfall going on here, man. That's nice. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so this is going to wrap up our second actual episode of Boundless. So it's just gonna really be me going back to my house with this character. I might pretty up the inside by the next episode because the rest of it is just tying up loose ends on that house. You guys have seen the gist of everything that I am building, and like I said, I still need to get Chris to give some permissions to characters and stuff, and yeah, because he ultimately owns everything that's going on over there, and I need him to give people permissions when I make a new character to be able to do shit. So, I'm basically waiting on that right now, and really, that's about it. I gotta move a couple of things around, but I might as well open up the remainder of these coffers. And I still haven't leveled up, which is, it's fine. I will have my character completely maxed out to use the Centriforge at level 17. That is the goal. So, until then, we're just going to go ahead and do our thing, and I'm going to do a couple of things off camera, most likely, on this game before the next part to get my resources up, so that we don't have to do what we did in this episode. Hopefully. Hopefully is the word. So, again, see you guys later. I am stuck. I'm going to go around this way.